You've talked about over the last couple of years, you've talked a lot about like creating plays and just doing that in, your own way, whether that's sort of like offensively or defensively. I'm curious with just both things like that. And then also just with closeouts in particular for even like the, people watching this at home and everything like that, your advice for plays like that are not necessarily that maybe more like instinctual than it is, you know, schematic, something where it's like, you do this, like, how do you get better at that?
I think just any chance you can get your basketball IQ, you want to raise it as high as you can. Like just being in the right position, knowing where that position is supposed to be. And a lot of guys want to you want to score, like just be in the right spot and the ball will find you. Whether you just sprint to the corner, whether it's on defense, like you know the personnel. Just little things like that, which will help you not make mistakes. I think like everybody turns on the TV and they want to get in your bag and they want to do 8 different dribble moves to a fadeaway and like, yeah, that's cool to watch and that's special, but I don't think that's really what wins games in. I think I learned in San Antonio, simple works. So that's kind of my mindset. But like, what's the easy play? What's the right play? And just kind of consistently doing that over a course of time will lead to a lot of good things.
Is that something, the simple work thing is really interesting. Is that something you will also pick up from opponents? Like just watching, even when you were, coming into the league, where you will watch small things that guys would do and you just would sort of store it in the back of your mind of like, oh, I mean, I can do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think a big thing my rookie year was watching Manu offensively and then watching Danny Green defensively. I think I just picked up a lot from those two in particular. Obviously the same position as me, but Manu was 40 at the end of his career. That was the last year of his career, and just the way he was able to get to the basket. Like everybody always talks about the Euro step and stuff, but there were just so many little things he did just to get in that position. Just catching the ball on the run or setting up your defender and just the little things that he did. Like he didn't have the same explosive that he had when he was first in the league, but he was still extremely effective at just doing simple stuff. And then obviously he had his flair and everything after that, but the simple is what really worked. And then like Danny Green defensively, like when he sprinted back in transition, like he didn't just give up a layup. Like he could easily just run them through, like, oh, they got a layup, we take it out. But always contesting shots, always making them think about it. I think that's kind of an underrated thing, is just contesting shots.
Yeah.
Like,
there was a specific play I didn't ask you about the other night. I was meaning to ask you about, and it was in the Bucks game where it was in the middle, it was like second quarter or something like that. And you basically, sure you've had to do this a lot, but I just saw it online. I just thought it was like sort of encapsulated what you do defensively, where you had to guard Giannis and Dame basically on the same play. And they missed, they missed the shot. But that mentality basically of being like, okay, these are diametrically physically different players, but my fundamentals are the same. And so basically the approach is going to be the same. Is that sort of a good example of like what you're talking about it doesn't really matter who's there if the fundamentals are the same?
yeah. I think my first couple years, I used to get like up and down whether they made a shot or not. And then DeMar DeRozan was like, why you keep doing that? Like, these guys are good. Like, they get paid to do this. And so just being consistently contesting the shots, chasing challenge, making them shoot over you, not letting them get to where they want to get to. Like, everybody has, like, certain shots that they like to do. So how can we kind of take that away? And so just understand the personnel. And then, obviously, Dame and Giannis, for that example, are unbelievable in their own right. And so just trying to change your mindset from you're guarding Dame and then he passes it to Giannis. Now you can switch on to Giannis. Like, how can you switch your mindset to like, what am I supposed to do here? How can I make this a difficult shot for him and try to help us get a stop?